Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this morning? I hope this finds all of you well, and those that are working hard to get their health back, hang in there, guys. Don't give up. Just keep going. Keep working it, keep working it, keep working it, and you'll be good. You'll come out. These are just bodies. We get them well. The real reality, remember, is you beyond the physical. You, that which is eternal. The you know, and sometimes identify more physically than you do spiritually. So hopefully, as we move along this site, we will turn our attention to a lot more spirituality and go down that way. So I want to kind of get to your questions. I know I'm running a tad behind, but I think I can catch up this week pretty good. We'll see how we do here. So let me go on and read some of these. Someone sent me their eye picture here. I don't know if you can see that. I appreciated that. Fox Fitness. Bro, I love your guitars. You got some nice looking guitars. Is that a Gretsch? It's hard to tell for me. Is it a Gibson, I think? Fender amp. I built myself some nice speakers and amps when I had my band. We had them 5 foot tall. We had them packed on the stage, man. But some nice guitars there, bro. Don't see a 12 string there, though. That's my favorite, is the 12 string, Crazy Like a Fox. All right, my friend Wayne. Well, let me see here. This is your left eye, Wayne. Can't get your right eye here. It's kind of like, well, I can see a little bit of it there, dude. All right, so let's go over what I see here on Wayne here in the eyes. Very strong constitution, Wayne, up there. That means strong constitution in iridology means most of the cells in your body are sitting there like George Burns, strong, ready to live, ready to keep you alive till you're like 90 to 100 kind of genes. Tremendous amount of congestion in the bowel wall and in the stomach tissue. You should see a lot of mucus in your stools when this stuff breaks loose, but it is making you malabsorbed there. A little bit of kidney, a little bit of rectal wall, a little prostate there going on, and a fair amount of bladder lower back. That's on the left side there, picking up the left knee, picking up the groin, minor hip. I'm picking on you a little bit here because you do have good, strong genes. Get up in the ear area, some involvement up in this area here, but nothing you can't really fix at all. I mean, you just got great, strong genes. A little throat weakness, a lot of congestion in your throat area. You want to take care of that. Congestion in the thyroid, perhaps a little weakness going on there as well. Back could be stronger. You could strengthen your skeletal system up a little bit, but again, going back to the kidneys, rectal wall, bladder, prostate, groin, knee, left side, a lot of congestion in the gut, stomach and bowel wall, just a ton of it. That's all that white you see around the pupil. I don't know if you can see this, but around the pupil is a lot of white, and that is nothing but mucus and congestion. And it's blocking your absorption of nutrients. Right eye, picking up a little more of the same. Kidney, a whole leg is weak, femur down, a lot of congestion in the appendix, picking up a right hip weakness, a little gallbladder, maybe even a little pancreatic right testicle. We'll see. You want me to read them? Getting up here in the mastoid, oh no, I'm on the right side, right here, mastoid area, a little weakness going on there, and then up in the brain here, you want to get in with some upper circ and brain and nerve and strengthen that up, move, get your sinuses cleaned up, get your bowels cleaned up there. Get a little weakness here in the right shoulder, a little more than a weakness there. It's got some issues with that. I think I'm looking at right shoulder, upper right lung. You want to clean your lungs out there. A little weakness going on in this upper lobe here of the lung there. Some lymph nodes swollen, but not bad. Not bad. Good strong eye there. Go forth, Wayne. Get your lymph. Get those bowels cleaned up. Get that congestion out of that gut there. Reforced for fertility. Hey, woman. If the blood is thin, wouldn't it flow from cut skin? if the blood is thick, wouldn't it coagulate quicker or perhaps not flow at all and reflect a condition of dehydration? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, thin or thickness isn't really, I don't really like to look at blood in that relativity. There's no question the more you move off of that pH toward the acid side, the thicker, the more clot you see, and obviously the more adhesions to each other you see with the red blood cells there, no question. Clotting, you can have nice flow blood, not real thick, clots well, good platelets, good everything. Like I said, when you're way up there on fruit, you can cut yourself and you just won't bleed, and it heals like extremely fast. It's shocking how fast the body heals. When I saw that on myself, and I read that with Arnold Ehret, and he offered that up as one of the experiments to the AMA. Now you wouldn't think that was a much of an experiment, but it totally is an incredible experiment, because when you see the different levels of healing and pain involved in relationships to diets, and you're way up there on a fruitarian diet and you have no pain when you cut yourself, you don't bleed, and it heals, you know, extremely fast. And I'm talking extremely fast. That right there showed me how well that you could take somebody's body and regenerate it. When I saw that, I just went, wow. I think you could regenerate literally anything, and that was when I was only 21 years old. So it's amazing, and we've proved that over the years. We've proved that you can get way up there, and it's just amazing. And I have some of you that experimented with that and found that. But Arnold Ehret offered that up years ago, and I wasn't even thinking about it when I was testing myself like that. And it was like, wow, you know, amazing. So it just shows you the level that you can get up there. So thanks there, dear one, for that. Oh no, my cells don't know what's up. Too funny. I sent my tea out my nose when. Sorry about that, Nature Lover 53. Now, this is Lorena 411. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you, doctors, for answering my question. I really appreciate you guys taking this on and riding the ride for the good of the whole. I mean, to me, there's nothing any more worthy in helping the world heal itself and, you know, wakening up to a new, brighter day. I'm sharing my growing knowledge. Thank you. That's a good idea, sweetheart. I tell you, when you share and then you giving, you're just opening your channels up. And it's like when you give what you get more. And you just, it's a part of moving you toward beingness, because in the total state of giving is the state of beingness. And it's just that sort of thing. So it's a process of growth. As you learn to give and give love, you also merge with the all in the all. So it's pretty cool stuff. This is Reforced for Fertility, but a very good point. If you're not going to eat elephants or cows, why eat algae? Thank you. Sorry, that's just my opinion too. I'm just not an algae pump scum thinker. I just, you know, maybe I'm more natural than people like, but I guess you couldn't say it's unnatural maybe for some creatures to consume pond scum, but I don't see a lot of them doing it, to be honest with you. Maybe some fish, maybe scavengers, but I don't know. I think man's is like Ponce de Leon. I think, you know, they're looking for the fountain of youth, and it's all around them. It's like the seeker of God never finds God, because they are God. It's all around us, as we are a part of that. There's no separation. And of course, you don't really understand that until you have you move closer to the all of the all, and closer to the Supreme Being. And that's hard to define, because you can't have a belief system and experience it. This is the problem with religions. You know, they're steeped in their belief systems, and that's the very thing that keeps you from God, is your belief systems. Because you believe in something, that's putting energy to something physical, to something mental. And God isn't something on either side. It is all That is all. So to experience something that's more infinite, you have to ditch the belief systems and become the God source. That means you're like all the great saints, Mohammed, Jesus, Buddha, they are all in the presence and channeling the presence of the Supreme Being. Soon as we limit the Supreme Being, we don't experience the Supreme Being. So it's just that part of that working toward the now. Or even krill, hello, which is being touted for us. Yes, yes, yes. Isn't that amazing? Still kill the animals and still get this, suck the goodies out of them, squeeze the oils out of them. Absolutely. This is the idiocy of where man's thinking is. Sorry. You know, we're grabbing onto things, and yet you guys have the magic. And this is why I tell you, and we're going to talk about this in class a lot, because I want you guys to settle in and become practitioners and really get a leg up. If I can give you a big leg up, you're already getting one on these videos, because I guarantee you, you're going to out-cure any nature path that's out there. So this is the problem, is that this is the problem. You know, but this is the good stuff too. And you guys just want to take that on and start giving and helping others, and just let that become your presence. And then whatever multiplies from that. But getting you up and teaching you how to interface with the people, real important, and keeping it simple will always do you well, because communication is an art, but it's also a fact in helping people get well. You know, you can't talk above people in your intellectualism and then try to expect to get them well, because you're really feeding off yourself. So it's just you know, being that beingness, just an incredible experience. Hey, Bo, hi, sweetheart. Great video. Oh, thanks, honey. Makes so much sense about calcium and parathyroid weakness. Yeah, I had a lady in yesterday. It was interesting, you know, and she had her thyroid first cut. I had nodules in it, of course, which are little tumors, which a lot of people have them, but heck, lymph. Never saw a goiter you couldn't get rid of, and nodules in the thyroid. It's like any other tumor. It's all lymph. And so they cut half of it out, and then a few years later they end up cutting the other part out. And I said, well, and I asked her about the bruising easy and all the factors of calcium, and she said, well, I said, they probably took your parathyroid. Oh no, he told me that I'm going to keep them, because if I took them out, I'd have problems utilizing calcium and skeletal problems. I thought that was a pretty smart medical doctor, to be honest with you. That guy was pretty smart, and he saved that lady a lot of suffering. Even though they removed her thyroid, at least they kept her parathyroids, or you don't know how you strengthen your structure and keep your body well. So thanks, Bo. Love you too, sweetheart. Then why stop joking now at single cell algae? What about them bacteria and viruses? Yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. Eat them up. Yeah, I don't know why we stop at that. I think a plate of bacteria every morning would be good if you could see them. That's the problem. They get a little small. And viruses, yeah, those are proteins. Anybody want proteins today, just have a dish of virals. You know, they're pretty good. Consider posters in the scheme of life. Wouldn't a vegetarian blanket bomb with petrochemical antibiotics like... Oh, you're too funny. But truth has a funny way of looking at it. You have to apply that all over the place. You know, we have this fixation for animals, including single-cell organisms. Amazing. Thanks, Lineable. I hope you're talking to me. Now, to tell you the truth, I think it's just common sense. You know, I raised in a small Indiana town, and our school wasn't real academically high. So, you know, some of us farm boys didn't jump into typing and French and English. Of course, males typically don't like English, and I'm one of them. So I can't spell a thing hardly. Still at school, you know. But and pronunciation sometimes a bit rough too on some of these words that's out there, you know. But doesn't make who you are, your academic levels. And this is, you see the frustration in the youth going to school. I don't know why we have 12 grades anymore. I think that's just so ridiculous. And you're seeing the kids leaving early, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's boring. These guys are way out down the road from there, and we're building a bunch of academic nothings. You know, you got to breed common sense and joy and love and all kinds of. We're breeding the wrong things. OBE, OBE, is a beautiful feeling. Oh, if you know. Many years ago, OBEs were really kind of voodoo. I remember I was giving a lecture one time up the road, and a lady come in, and just before I started to speak, she said, you're the speaker? And I said, yes. And she said, can I talk to you? And I said, what? And she said, my husband, he used to have out-of-body travels when he was a child. He traveled all the time out of his body, and his parents kept yelling at him, and finally he just stopped doing it. And he's out in the car and wants to know if you could teach him how to out-of-body travel again. I thought, my God, isn't that sad? You know, when you're having out-of-body travels as a parent, you should, hey, show me how. Let's go together. Because incredible, you know, we're such a fear-based species. We can't even look outside our doors without having fear. I find it amazing, and yet that doesn't warrant it, because we're not a part of this world except physically. You're not from this world. You're not from this place. This is just a movie or a dream or a drama that you're participating in. You know, it's not who you are. So we need to get more of these out-of-body experiences and learn how to travel. It's exhilarating. It's there's no words. Nirvanic, there's just no words you can apply to that. Ecstasy, joy, these words can't hold to the awareness. I don't want to say the feelings, but the awareness and the extreme. The closer to the Godhead you get, oh my God, it's a can't even, there's no words. There are no physical words that you could describe. But you must remember to call your spirit back. Well, I'm my own spirit, so how do I call myself back? In other words, your knowledge. You got to be that which is. So you pull yourself wherever you want to go. It's time to come back to the body. You go back to your body. You can do anything like that you want. You know, in India, a lot of the gurus have their students take care of their body where they're out traveling, you know. They should teach their students more to do it. They probably do, of course. I've read about a guy who experienced heavy with OBE. It was speculated after his death that he had gone too far. Yeah, this is the problem. You go too far, you're just not going to want to come back. There's just I've been to so many places like that with struggle to get back, you know, and quite frankly, if it wasn't for this sort of thing, I mean, what we need to do here on this level, and this actually translates to consciousness and awareness and the growth factor of that and the awakening. I'll just simply use the awakening because it's not about knowledge. You're already that which is. You're already a part of all things. You don't need to have knowledge to understand that because you already are that. It's kind of like this talking about the part of your spirit being out there. You are your spirit. You cannot separate yourself from your soul or your spirit. You are spirit. You are soul. And that separation will keep you separated. So you have to merge that MXIPTIX, merge with yourself. After his death, yeah, I've experienced OB several times. Each time it was not self-induced. It was truly wonderful, but it is a call from beyond. Yep. It was Hurricane Katrina. Wow. Amazing story there, guy. You know what? I just, there's nothing like it. I mean, we just have to break this old ostrich syndrome. You know, head up in the sand. Macarbona dear one. Oh. One of the top herbs in the Ayurvedic medicine tradition. Yeah, I just not had any experience with this. I don't even know how you pronounce it properly, so I'm not even going to go there. But all these plants are incredible. It's a pale brown to blackish brown pitch or tar that exudes. Oh yeah. Exudes from layers of rocks in several mountain regions. So it's not an herb. It's a tar product, or it's herbs that have compressed like oil. Through the years, especially the Himalaya, can be considered the #1 tool in medicine. It is an adaptogen and loaded with trace minerals and vitamins. But if it's a goo, how do you do? No, all that stuff can be good. I'm more medicinal, more herbal, more living plant type things as opposed to the goo. But I've had this. I used to have Ayurvedic herbs in my health food stores, and I used to play with this years ago. But I'm just not into that here in America. In India, I'd definitely be into that. I really would like to put some herbal formulas together in every country based upon the herbs of each country. I really wanted to take that apart and do that, but that's for you guys to do. A little piggy. That is such a cute little pig. It's not even believable. Speaking of GMOs, everyone on this site, make sure you do not buy produce with a sticker that starts with a 3. It's GMO fruit or veggies. Wow, interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting. This is a Vegan Princess 01. So anything with a sticker that starts with 3, it's a GMO fruit. God, how do you stop the insane? I guess you can't. You have to let the Supreme Being step in and stop the same. Let's see what that is. Girl Gone Vegan. Girl Gone Vegan. You don't want me to talk to you this morning, do you? Brenda was telling me some of the things that you're dealing with. Yes, I do have the whole picture, by the way, Kelly. I do know exactly. I'm not disjointed in that. You're just trying to disjoint your problems. And you just have to keep riding the ride and detox your body and move those limbs. No one said it was easy. But if you're trying to create all these individual things and you don't think we have our eyes on it, then you're mistaken. I have my eyes on more things than you can imagine. Dr. Morris, a friend of mine is having severe panic attacks. Okay, so where do severe panic attacks come from? It comes from the adrenal glands, doesn't it? Now, you have to realize we're in a society with a lot of neurotoxins, and we've talked about neurotoxins before. And they're perfumes, they're bathroom deodorizers, they're pesticides and herbicides. There's some chemist the other day, we were talking, and he said there's thousands, he thought, of neurotoxins out there, and I'll concur. There's a lot of neurotoxicity out there. And with that, on top of these really weak adrenal glands, you're talking about major panic attacks, absolutely. Breathing problems, the shortness of breath. But remember that in asthma of all the COPDs, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPDs, there's a neurological problem. It isn't just mucus and congestion. That's just pneumonias. And these aren't diseases. This is just congestion in the tissues. This is the lymph system. People are eating mucosic responsive herb or foods, which are generally proteins, and body doesn't like them, and so it causes a lot of mucus, and that's what we created. We got to uncreate it there. The panic attacks are daily. Yeah, did have this question. Yeah, there was another question about that. Okay, first thing you want to do, if your blood pressure is really low, then you really want to hit the adrenal tincture and the adrenal desiccated or some type of adrenal glandular. At the same time, you want to detox the body. I'd also use the new brain and nerve formula. That'll strengthen the nervous system faster. So that'll be quite a help. At the same time, detoxify yourself and make sure your parathyroid is utilizing calcium for you okay. Even though that's more depression, you want to make sure that the parathyroid is up too. This is the endocrine glands, and they control moods and everything else, and the adrenals, particularly the panic attacks, could have neurotoxicity definitely involved in there. So you got to detoxify. Take a look at her house. She could be living in neurotoxicity. A good example, Amish were burning kerosene lanterns, very neurotoxic. You have to be careful about in your home and where you're working and everything else in relationship to neurotoxicity. And I don't know if there's a neurotoxicity meter. You know, you can't even find these toxic chemical tests in hospitals. You can't, they have no idea about toxicity of chemicals. They don't have any way of checking them. And I mean, these are where we should be putting our attention, as building machines to determine these things, so we could go into a house and pick those up. Does anyone know why every time I do a grape, lemon, orange fast, my blood pressure creeps up? You know what? I don't know. You know, unless you're holding water and you're not filtering properly through the kidneys and you're holding more water, you're too acidic and dehydrated, and therefore you're holding more water, that could creep it up maybe. Wouldn't be from the actual fruits and lemons and oranges and stuff. Matter of fact, this should be our friend's 210th or 9th or 10th day of juice fast. 209 or 10 days on a juice fast. I was telling people yesterday about that. What an incredible journey this individual's on. Just love the holy heck out of it. Man. So I don't know why. Morse herbs, lymph, bladder, yep. All those things. Now that adrenal formula has licorice in it, and that could creep your blood pressure up a little bit. Just remember that. Licorice has a way of elevating blood pressure. But that's why we use it. Because in reality, most people have low blood pressure. High blood pressure is low blood pressure. Once you fix why the high blood pressure, which is why, kidneys and adrenals, right? And once you fix that, then you're going to go down to your genetics. And when you go down to your genetics, most people are running low blood pressures because they're running low adrenal gland function. And so you're going to see that, especially this top number. You'll bottom out unless your kidneys are real weak and you start going below 60 on the bottom. The weaker the kidneys, the lower the diastolic can get. You can get into the low 50s and stuff. It just shows me weak kidneys. When you get really inflamed kidneys and you start breaking down the kidneys, you're going to see the diastolic go way up. But the systolic is controlled by the adrenal glands, and that's that'd be the one you're going to see go low. But that's a neurological event, and that's something we can see there. Now, this is Express Tax Biz. Hey, guys. I find it funny you're in the tax business. I just have to laugh. I love you guys. Dr. Morris, lastly, I would like to say that it seems like you are putting the pedal to the metal and have decided to go out guns a-blazing. Woohoo, yeah, heck, why not? I mean, at my age, who cares? You know, I mean, I don't think living to 90 on this planet is real exciting. You know, I mean, being on the planet is not overly exciting. If you notice, for me, every time there's a positive, there's a negative. I have those budding forces, but that's the nature of duality, you know. One's right beside the other, you know, and they like that. But in reality, you know, there's so many beautiful places to be and experience and beautiful souls, I tell you. But yeah, I do. I think that some of us have to do this. We have to go out a-blazing because we have to make a change at this drama. The drama has to end, you know. The soap operas, you know, eventually end. All My Children, these people, I used to watch All My Children off and on, you know, where I could catch it. And it was like, you know, these dramas have got to end someday. Jiminy Christmas, they go on and on. Okay. I love your passion, appreciate your sense of it, thank you. When I decided to take my health back, that's the approach I took. You got to. I mean, if you're gonna stand for something, then stand for it. Roll up your sleeves, Kelly. If you're gonna get well, roll up your sleeves and get well. I mean, whatever you want to stand for it. But do it in the most integrity and love, a presence that you can. You know, they've gotten me so angry that I've lost some of that at times, you know, and then I pull myself back. But these are lessons for me, you know, how to be in the hornet's nest and not get too stung, but be strong and make a difference, you know. You know, they've gotten me so angry that I've lost some of that at times, you know, and then I pull myself back. But these are lessons for me, you know, how to be in the hornet's nest and not get too stung, but be strong and make a difference, you know. And so this is difficult. But the more of us that stand together, This is what wakes people up when you have a bunch of people coming at you. Do they call that votes or something? I'm amazed at what they'll do just for a vote. When I decided to take I was going out fighting. God promised me he would heal me up. There you go, man. God bless you, Doug. Thank you, my friend. I love you guys. You guys are some good people, man. Keep it up. Keep helping people. MXIP Ticks, episode 103, one of the best videos. Oh, thanks. I don't even know which one that is, dear one. I kind of lose sight of that as we're going down here because I'm too busy making them to go back and review them, and Chris is just trying to get them up. So, I appreciate you bearing with us, and that they're not the best academically placed and everything, but, I'm just trying to, the value of your questions is for everyone, I'll be honest with you, because after the fundamentals of talking about the lymph and acids and understanding the fundamental processes of the human body, then we have to start seeing how that applies in actual working with people, in actual clinicals, and that's where the really core is. There's nothing that replaces experience. There's just nothing that replaces that. I still remember the first few people I had when I first became a naturopath, and I just I didn't know what I was going to say to them. I didn't know how I was going to talk to them, and so I've laid this out real nice for you guys so you can tear it right into it, and you're right at the heat of the issue, and it's saving years of going through a lot of stuff. So if you catch this, you're saving years of a lot of clinical interactions and thinking. So if you can take this and then build from here, whoo-hoo, going to be a tall building. So I'm real proud of every one of you, no question about it. And be proud of yourselves too, really. Keep yourself in balance. Remember that. Keep yourself in balance. But sometimes it's good to go way over on the other side, especially way up there. And I say that in reality, when you take an idea of fruitarianism, for an example, that's really not an out-of-balance state. That's really for a Homo sapien, a balanced state. What we're in is an extreme out of balance. When you look at a standard world diet, even though we tend to say standard American diet, but it's a standard world diet, it's pretty bad. It's real bad. So we're way out of balance. We're just pulling everybody back to a state of balance. In doing that, they're so out of balance, there's a little rocky road to get people back in a stable position of fruits, berries, and melons and the like. Some people just go, oh no. And so, this sort of issue here. Matter of fact, I was talking to a lady, spent a lot of years at the Hippocrates. I thought it was quite funny. I didn't realize they were using tons of nuts and everything else. So one has to realize that is not a detoxification center. So maybe they don't tout themselves that way, and I apologize to them if that's true. Then they're just a health center for people just to come and eat right. I'm into detoxification. How you decide to eat's up to you. But when you're going after problems, you've got to get up here. You just got to get up here. And I just another proof of that was yesterday. A lady, years with the Hippocrates. I mean, years and years and years. And poor thing has major issues. Not good. Not sure I could ever water fast for long. Fruit is just way too addictive. Nature's candy. I love how you think, M. Carbone. Oh, you betcha, man. Addictive as heck. I still remember coming back from Richards and got a bunch of Medjool dates way back, and me and a buddy, we were just chewing on them. And man, I got the biggest buzz. But then I got a buzz eating a Twinkie once too. So, interesting. I remember one day I was having this, desire fit, and I stopped in. I was getting a drink. I was traveling, and I saw a pack of Twinkies, and man, it's like, okay, if you look at most raw fooders, even them, they might not tell you, but there's always this little back room, oh look, always. I don't care who you are. There might be one or two that don't, but realistically, so I'm looking at these Twinkies and I'm going, I'm not going to eat this crap, and threw it in the back of my van. And so I stopped at some campsite and slept in it. In the middle of the night, something woke me up and said, eat those Twinkies. And I'm going, that's crap. I just had a fit of weakness. I'm not going to eat it. I just bought it. I'm just going to throw it in the trash tomorrow. And I've done that before. I had a fit of weakness in shopping, and I go, this looks good. And bring it home and go, throw it away. That's just the way it works sometimes, that self-discipline one. I'll tell you something. Every bite of that Twinkie, and I only ate one of the two, every bite I got more nirvanic. I started expanding more, and I go, what is this? They were playing with me. The masters were playing with me, because second bite, even more expansive. I was in all these different worlds were swimming around me, and each bite I became more nirvanic, and it's like, oh my God, I was just having ecstasy and joy, and I just couldn't believe it. Out of a Twinkie. Go figure. Go figure. Man, it stopped pretty low. Yep, stooped pretty low. Thanks, Trader Bud. Yep, I tell you, man, I just can't believe how low we are and how we hurt each other. Ooh, I like your orange. Seems like that looks familiar. For gorgeous. Thanks for the oranges, by the way, dudes. I really appreciate those oranges, let me tell you. I can't tell you enough how I thank you for those things. And the pure organic sugarcane juice. Oh, that was good, good, good. A lot of the folks had never had sugarcane juice here, so that was a treat. Thanks a lot, guys. You can have your urine. I'll have my grapes. Urine. Thought I'd have some this morning just to refresh myself and give me my... it's amazing. It's amazing what some people will come up with, like cottage cheese and oils and for tumors. I mean, Jesus, I just have to tell you that got some really low thinkers out there. Express Tax Biz, Dr. Robo Mobo. I think it's not about how many hits you get for your videos, but the quality. Well, absolutely. I tell you the truth. We are not into numbers. I would rather have a site with strong, powerful healers and have several hundred than have tens of thousands of people that are just constantly harassing and creating all kinds of issues. This is really about becoming good practitioners and helping the world and helping yourself get well. If you don't want to help others, okay. I mean, that's your journey. Don't want to push you there. But boy, what a joy to see other people get well and to get out of their pain they've been suffering for years. It's like, oh, some of you ladies there have been into a lot of pain here, coming out of it. I just am overjoyed. It's sad to see people in pain. It's one of my big issues. As we start to learn from you, you get healed. We will share this. Now, thanks. Thank you, sir, for your act of kindness. Thank you very much there, Express Tax Biz. You guys keep up the good work, guys. So just keep it up. Sweet little girl here. Hi, Doc. Like I said before, thank you for taking the time. What you are doing, I hope so. You guys are being a part of that. 100 videos, wow, now I need to catch up. I know. Hey, thanks. And thanks for being a part of this journey. I think that it's really a blessing to have such beautiful souls along the journey, all of you guys. I just can't say enough of you. I couldn't call each of your names. There's so many great souls out there. So when I'm looking at you, I'm loving every one of you guys. And there's some that just need to waken up a little bit, but I tell you, we got a good site here, very powerful, a lot of people getting themselves healed and helping others. I mean, I'm hearing incredible stories of how you're helping each other and how you're helping others, and I tell you what, this is exciting. There is hope at this level, even though this level can, like that. Hey, Dr. Morse, I've had a question for you. Why is your hair gray? Goose, moose, loose, juice. That's why, right there. Well, two reasons, really. My number one, obviously, was quinine. That made my hair as white as my shirt. It's getting darker, but I need to suck down upper circulation. So that shows you the other. I have had lymphatic problems too, let me tell you. I was raised on milk, and even though I quit drinking milk probably at 15 or 16, which seems late, I was already highly congested. Remember, I was addicted to nose drops, and so, you know, even though I spent a lot of years raw and fasting, I never got it all. I mean, that's the problem. So, you know, I keep trying to revisit and go deeper. Now I've got herbs, I can use them and go deeper, but sometimes I don't always work on myself anymore. I'm not in a constitutive detox on myself. I'm just, you know, I am so busy, I don't take much time for myself. Try to live in the now, but I've just got so many things going and so many levels, it's not even funny. But you're right. Sign of weakness, my dear man. Hi, Dr. Morris. Do you think I will get any health problems if I eat just fruits, berries, melons, avocados, coconut, and dark chocolate for the rest of my life? I think you're going to be very good if you do that, man. I mean, that's the nectar of the gods. Right there, you just listed the nectar of the gods. All the fruits, all the berries, the melons, the avocados, the coconuts, and dark chocolate. I'd like to have some pine nuts on the side once in a while, and but oh, absolutely. I mean, nectar of the gods. This has been my diet for the last 4 weeks, and I feel and look so much better. Doesn't it feel good? Yeah, you can literally live like that the rest of your life, even with the dark chocolate, and you're on. That reminds me of those, the macaroni and the cheese and all this. Just a little bit of chocolate once in a while, and go forth there. You know who I'm talking to. You want out of those chairs. Get out of those chairs. Coca is okay. Is okay? Question mark. How would someone use it as a tool? Isn't very similar to coffee. Yeah, yep, and yep. But perfection isn't, at this level, isn't that important. I mean, come on. I mean, this... Yeah, you're looking at humans that have had a journey through Hellville in diet-wise. I mean, and we've created the most elaborate pastries. I mean, have you ever been to Portugal or Italy? I mean, come on. Yeah, luckily, I'm not moved by pastries. I can walk into a pastry shop, enjoy the odors. Of course, I would be eating them a little bit. You can smell them. You can eat the molecules. Oh, God. But I don't buy any of that stuff. If I had a weakness, I'd have to say it would be custard. Custard, a good custard. That would be, of course, that'd be the worst of the worst. You'd have eggs, you have milk. I don't know what all you put in custard, but sugar, honey. There's nothing wrong with sugar, honey. See, Basie. Whenever I try to bend over and touch my toes while keeping my legs straight, after 80 to 90 seconds of stretching, I feel lots of tingling in my foot, and then I go long enough, it goes into my legs. Well, that's your nervous system and all what's going on there. Keep stretching, keep moving, get yourself moving those limbs, and everything will be good there. Does anyone know why this is happening? Is my circulation? Oh, that's your nervous system, man. Nervous system. Keep fixing your kidneys. That's where that nervous system comes down there to the feet. Comes down with all the body, though. Remember, all your nerve endings in your hands and your feet and flow through all your organs and glands. That's why you can help people, remember, in cardiac arrest with your thumb and their left foot right below the pad, right there. Work on it right here, and you can pull people out of cardiac arrest. Remember, I've done it 3 times. Pretty cool stuff. There's so many cool stuff with the natural health. That's why the medical doctors are like peeking in our door. And it's like many of them have opened the door and walked through. I've got some good friends that are medical doctors that are totally holistic and get it, you know. But most of them just peek in. Open the door, swing it wide. A lot of healing, power, love, joy, wellness, all those things in this door, you know. You know, love your vids. Oh, thank you. Gray Raw. Oh, Gay Raw. Oh, cool, man. I love your vids. Tried to get an appointment with you. Oh, 4 months. Holy crap. I'm sorry about that, believe it or not. I pride myself all my life on being able to take care of my people. And that's why we have a staff. That's I'm just getting that way, and so bear with us. Our staff will all help you. We'll all get you. Resubmit. All right, this is a good one. Sorry about that. The holy person. Hey, good-looking man. Hey, listen here. Sorry about not getting this. This is a kidney failure, gout, overweight. Hi, Dr. Morse. Thank you, my friend. My father was diagnosed with kidney failure and gout. Okay, many years ago. Holy crap. Many years ago he was diagnosed with this. So what's been going on with all these years? That's sad, really sad. Okay, so you know what you got to get. He was 46. He is 46 now and 40 pounds overweight. Well, you can trim that off. As a certified by you detoxification specialist, I know how to take on the case. Go, bro. Yeah. But the problem is that he won't listen to a 19-year-old with no formal education. Put your dad on this video. Dad, listen to your son. Your son is learning more than medical doctors learn in 10, 15 years. Matter of fact, go ask any 15-year medical doctor, went to school, can't cure anything. Your boy can cure everything. So big difference, man. We're training all these students here how to cure. You don't need to go to a formal college. Most colleges are having these type of courses now where people learn over video. And your son is one of them and can take care of you well. I would trust him in going this way. I've had 40 years in this field, and there's nothing you can't cure in terms of any complaint whatsoever. And you've got to regenerate your kidneys if you're not already on dialysis. Your son, find out what your dad's creatinine is. Remember, you want it down at 0.5, 0.6, and no more. My guess he's way up there by now. So I was hoping you would address him on a video. I will help convince him. Yeah, watch the video. His name is Paul, pronounced the same as Paul. Oh, good. This is Nicholas Brandon. Listen, Paul, you got to listen to your son there. Sometimes we do have to listen to our children. And your son is getting a lot of knowledge of how to cure people, and that's been my gig. Our specialty is tissue regeneration, which is cellular regeneration, genetic remembering of cells, and rebuilding of the human body. Medical doctors are only into treatment-based thinking, which means you can't cure anything because you don't know what causes it because you're not addressing the cause. Your son knows what's causing this, and he can help you fix it. So I would listen to him if you want to get, but the loss of kidneys are not fun, my friend. Let me tell you, the adrenal glands, that connects your nervous system, not a fun life, and if you go to dialysis, you're not going to be a happy camper. I guarantee you I have hundreds of dialysis clients, and not going to like that one. So I would really listen to my son, and remember your prostate and lower back is also involved if your kidneys are involved, whether you know it or not. So your son can help save your prostate, lower back, and everything else too. Matter of fact, the kidneys control the main system where all the cancers are. So I'd be listening to my boy. He looks like a smart young man. Owen Fox. Hi, my friend. I just finished almost 2 glassfuls of straight dark green fresh wild cleaver. Woo! Are you oozing for a bruising or what, young man? Holy crap, you got your butt kicked? Yeah, man, I'm going to try that. You got to be careful. I mean, there was a guy once at Ken Rollis, and I was over lecturing at his place, and he's heavy into the wheatgrass juices. I don't know if you all know Ken Rolla, but just another good friend of mine, and he was doing some really powerful wheatgrass shots, you know, and this guy had about 3. I said, whoa, slow up, buddy, you're not. And next thing you know, boy, he's starting to see many worlds at once. Oh, you got to be careful. People don't realize the power of the fresh fruits, the fresh berries, the fresh green juices. These are powerful foods, for God's sake. You know, God does a lot of buffering with the greens with all the cellulose. So pull that out and you got pure nectar. I'm not against pure greens, but at the same time, the fruits and the berries and the melons are far more powerful in their own ways. But nothing wrong with some powerful greens. But again, nature doesn't do that. But well, we like to play outside of that realm. Great herb for the lymphatic system. Oh, yeah, the great kidney herb, too, man. Great lymphatics, kidneys, absolutely. Good. Add it to the fresh dandelion. Woo-hoo! Man, Or would you be better than a Cleaver tea or tincture? I think the fresh like that is the top. I really do. I think anytime you start coming down off of the fresh is best, you're going to have some augmentation of the quality of it. You know, ultimately for me, to give you fresh herbs would be the key. At the same time, man, something like poke root and stuff like that, fresh, butt kickers. We'll have to be careful with some of these. So it's amazing how powerful herbs are, that you can go all the way down and make teas out of them, cook the holy hell out of them, and they'll still help you. Gotta love God, you know. So other foods don't do that. The herbs, you can cook them and they're still medicinal. It's like, oh my God, that's just another love for the Supreme Being. Man, you really kick butt. Yes, capsules would be strong, fresh, grind up fresh, stick in capsules. But you want to be careful about the juice. Too much taking these herbs and juicing them up can be a butt kicker, so you want to be real careful which ones you're using. Leaves and flowers better. Getting into the roots, you're getting into the alkaloids, it can be a real butt kicker there too, man. That's why the beets kick my butt real hard. Fresh is best, right? Absolutely. Fresh is always, to me, fresh is always the best. Can't beat that. That's in real time, that's in the now, and that's where all the power is, and that's where the plant is. And plantain and dock, oh my God. I mean, you're really cleaning your body up there, and I gotta go. It's 10 o'clock already. Lymph node and cancer. Let me hit this real quick. I'm gonna spend a few hours catching up on these videos. This is a lymph node cancer in a dog. By all means, you want to get the treat an omnivore like a frugivore. Definitely get your dog on a lymphatic formula. Try lymphatic 1, kidney number 1. Got to do the kidneys. Remember, same thing. Drop up the adrenal glands there. All dogs have. Remember, we talked about a little kidney weakness anyway. Very common to have tumors, lymph node swellings in dogs, and tags on the skin, and blah 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 blah. So you want to get in and move your dog's lymphatic system. Just what you're saying. Get the dog more to the raw, to the greens and the like. Dogs can move to a vegetarian lifestyle, especially if you're trying to remove tumors and stuff. Putting this dog on chemo is just. I was hoping that vet wouldn't be that stupid, but. You know, that's not going to serve anything. You know, to try again, same type of problem. You don't want to ravish your dog with high acids like you wouldn't want to ravish your own body with high acids. So putting a dog on chemo is just insane to me. You know, you can treat them the same way you treat yourself, and get your dog cleaned up there and see how that does. Okay, so take off for that, my friend. This is JR from Berlin, Germany. And get your dog on a lymphatic. I don't know if we can get our herbs in Germany, I forget, but find some lymphatic herbs if you can't. Definitely hit the kidneys with it. His dad considers standard dog food as well, leftovers, processed, as well as milk. Oh, yeah, that's why his lymph nodes are involved right there, is the milk. But take care of that dog of yours, and the dog should be okay there. Gosh, you know, I just spent an hour with you, and it just seems like it was just 5 minutes. So this is the word of the day. Relax, enjoy yourself while your cells are busy cleaning and rebuilding themselves. Have a fun day. Love you all. Keep it up. Super proud of every one of you. All right, I'll talk to you as soon as I can, and we'll finish up and go on here. Thank you, and love you all. Bye-bye.